Happy Sunday. All right, so before we get going, first off, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. It's free, it helps me a lot, and would love to have you on the channel. Next thing, I have a post out there. If you can, go to it, and I want to know what video link do you prefer. So I want to kind of tailor this to the masses. So go in there, give it a vote as you're subscribing to the channel, obviously. All right, with that said, we've got a full 15 game slate. Let's talk about the recap here. Good day. It wasn't phenomenal. It was good. Up 2.3 units. So we'll always take a winning day. A couple of crazy games. The Brew Crew lost again. That's okay. But our straight bets, we were pretty good. We went 4-2 on the straights. Atlanta and the Mets. That's just I don't know how the Mets just all of a sudden stopped hitting. Crazy. And then Reds race to 3. We would have lost even if we'd have done a race to 1. So they scored 0 runs, which is unfortunate. But we hit everything else. I really love that Twins first 5 team total over 1.5 at plus money. That hit second batter of the game. You gotta love it. That was very, very sweat free, and I loved it. Same with the Mariners, pretty sweat free. Phillies race to 3. I was getting a little nervous, man. They hadn't hit Carrasco through like 3 innings, and I'm like, oh god. And then all of a sudden they just exploded. Cash free, but Guardians didn't even score a run, so easy there. Obviously, the first 5 was the same. Let's see. In terms of parlays, we hit the Giants, we hit the Diamondbacks, Padres for plus 316. We would have hit the plus 445 had Seattle not kept scoring runs. That was extremely frustrating that went over that 7.5. I expected more out of Fedde and Wu for that matter. But yeah, Fedde was a little disappointing there. And then in terms of the Nerfy, we went 1 for 3 on that one. So GG there. But overall, we went 9-6 on our team picks. So pretty good there on a pretty wild upset day. The Red Sox, it looked like they had that game, and then they just absolutely blew it. And then it ended up going into the 10th, and, Yankees got the job done. So it is what it is there. Let's see, Rangers, yeah, okay. Prop leans, pretty good. 5-1. Imanaga only got like 2 or 3 Ks, I think, so he missed that mark, but everybody else hit, so really good day there. Let's see, Nerfies, we went 4-2. So overall, pretty good day. It could have been better, but we will always take a winning day for sure. I did hit a really nice 5-leg parlay on DraftKings for their 50% boost. I think it came down to I needed Oakland team total over 2.5. So I got a little nervous. I hedged it before the game started, and I'll be damned if they didn't hit it 5 minutes into the game. So hit it top of 1. So cost myself a little bit there, but yeah, overall, like I said, good day. 2.3 on bets I gave out on the stream. Personally, I was up like 10, a little over 10. So really solid day there. And as we see with the tracking, we are up 13.83 units over past 9 days. So doing well there. We've only had 3 losing days, 6 winning days. That said, it's Sunday. You guys know Sundays are wild in the MLB. So let's jump into this slate. A lot of tough ones to call here today. Let's start with the Reds and Rays. We got Hunter Green going up against Shawn Armstrong. Armstrong's kind of like a short starter. I don't know what the hell you call him. He's going to go maybe 2-3 innings. I think we see the Reds offense turn it around today. I think they score some runs. I don't think they go nuts, but I do think they score some runs. Green's props at 7.5. This is really high. He's only gone over this in 3 of his last 15 away starts. So not a line he hits with a lot of frequency. And if we look at the Rays, I mean, they've only been striking out at a 24% clip over 14 days, 21 over the last 7. So that tells me that the books are expecting Green to have some success today. Pitch splits are okay, right? We know he throws a lot of fastballs. This guy is fastball, slider, every once in a while, like a curveball. But he should have some success with those pitches. Armstrong, Reds should technically be able to get to him pretty early. He's a righty that throws fastballs. That's kind of right in the Reds' wheelhouse. But we should have seen that yesterday, and we didn't. So a little bit of concern there. But I love the pitch splits for Hunter Green. He's 129 average to lefties, 137 to righties. He's not giving up a lot of hard hit balls. That is one thing that does concern me with Green sometimes is he can give up the long ball. But this team doesn't really scare me with the long ball. So I like the Reds here today. I actually like them a lot, especially at minus 130. So we're getting pretty decent value there, I think, because of yesterday's results. All right, next game, Guardians Phillies. Phillies coming off a 8-0 rout of the Guardians, but Guardians did rout them the day before. Kind of an interesting matchup today. We've got Joey Cantillo going up against Colby Allard. Essentially, two minor leaguers going at it. I would say neither are going to blow us away, right? Allard throws like a 91 mile an hour average fastball. Expected ERA is 5.44. He's got a 91 mile per hour average exit velo in the minors, which is not good. 43.6% hard hit percentage, not good. That said, Cantillo, not going to blow us away. He's a lefty. He's got okay strikeout stuff. I just like the Phillies in this spot. If we look at the pitch splits over the last 14 days, Phillies are hitting lefties. The part that scares me, Sanchez was a lefty for the Phillies, and the Guardians got to him, and they ended up winning that game, I believe, 3-0. So, Cleveland against lefties, it kind of scares me. But I got to back the Phillies here. I'm going to back the Phillies. I think yesterday they needed that to kind of break out of that offensive slump they've been in. So I will take them here. Two minor leaguers going at it. They're just the better offense at the end of the day. All right, next game, Padres-Orioles. A line that doesn't make sense to me, Randy Vasquez going up against Albert Suarez. We have faded Vasquez for quite a while. That said, his last 4 starts, he's been fantastic. He's been brilliant. I think I've bet against him 3 of those 4, and I've lost 3 of those 4. So going up against Albert Suarez, Suarez, I don't even know why he's on this roster. This dude should have been DFA'd after that last start against the Marlins, where he didn't even go into the 3rd inning. He got, quote unquote hurt. I think he got butt hurt because he had given up like 8-9 hits to the Marlins through 2 innings. He didn't even get an out in the 3rd inning. He got rocked. Going up against a farly superior Padres offense. This line just doesn't make sense to me. The bookmakers must expect the Orioles to just come unglued on Vasquez, but I don't see it. Give me the Padres all day long here. It just doesn't make sense to me. We're not seeing a lot of offense out of the Orioles. The Suarez guy, 67% fly ball percentage. When's going to be blowing out? No. Padres all day. All right, next game, Rangers Blue Jays. This is a tricky one to me. I don't know if I'll bet it. I might do like some type of DGen bet here just to have a little skin in the game. But Barrios going up against Gray. Barrios has been okay at home. Gray's been pitching really well. That said, track record versus Toronto isn't the best. 323 average, and he's given up 3 home runs. So they're 21 of 65 off of him. It's a tough split, right? I'm like, kind of torn here. I feel like the Rangers have to win this game, though. So I'm going Rangers just for the fact that I think Gray pitches pretty decent, and they at least win 1 here. All right, Mets and Braves. This is a tough one. I think I spent too much time looking at this game, ultimately to probably not bet it. So I probably spent 30 minutes looking at this game. It's an interesting one. Reynaldo Lopez going up against David Peterson. Peterson's been pitching really well as of late. Lopez, started out the season amazing, starting to show some kinks in the armor. The Reds got to him. The Braves splits against lefties just aren't good, man. They're hitting 130 last 14, 150 last 7. But that said, they haven't seen a ton of lefty pitching either. This is a very small sample size. Mets coming off getting blanked yesterday. I just really like them in this spot. If we look at Lopez's pitch splits, 56% of the time he throws the fastball. Mets over the last 30 days, 7th best team in baseball hitting that. His curveball, they're the 8th. He might have some success with the slider. But overall, the pitch splits look so much better for Peterson. We've still got a struggling Braves offense. The one thing the Braves do have they probably have the starting pitcher advantage and they have a massive bullpen advantage. Over the last 30 days, Braves bullpen has been pretty lights out. 1.97 ERA versus 5.21 for the Mets. So we do have a disparity in the bullpen. Both bullpens are fairly healthy. One prop you could look at is Matt Olson to hit a home run today. I know DraftKings has a big fly prop or whatever. Olson has 3 hits against Peterson. They've all been home runs. So he's 3 for 13 with 3 home runs. So could be a prop there today. But we look at Peterson. He's had 9 starts. He's had basically, he gives up 2 earned runs. It's like clockwork. He's probably going to give up 2. I think in his 9 starts, he's given up 2 in like 6. So we'll see. 3.10 home ERA, so a little bit higher than his road. Lopez's away ERA is a little bit higher than his home. So we'll see. Lopez has had success versus the Mets. They got a 205 average, 15 of 73 off of him. Peterson, what scares me is just the home runs. Like I said, he's given up 3 to Olson, and he's given up 6 total. That should say Peterson versus the Braves, not the Mets, but either way. 241 average with 6 home runs. So that does scare me a little bit. That said, this Braves offense is a shell of themselves. So whatever offense he had faced previously, that's not this offense with all the injuries and everything going on. So I like the Mets at the end of the day. Do I bet it? Probably not. All right, next game, Twins and Tigers. Tigers just walloped the Twins yesterday. Joe Ryan, he was doing really well through 5, and then he got to the 6th, 7th innings and gave up some runs, and then the bullpen gave up some runs. But today we've got Bailey Ober, who's been pitching really well, going up against Alex Faedo. Essentially a bullpen game for the Tigers today. I like Twins to get the job done. I think they rout them, so we'll definitely be taking their run line today at -115. So that is already locked in. All right, Mariners, White Sox. Bryce Miller going up against Garrett Crochet. Will this be Crochet's last start? I don't know. I actually don't think so, given that his demands are that he wants to remain a starter. This guy hasn't worked a ton of innings. This was a reliever who converted over to a starter. I think he might just end up staying with the team. His demands are just maybe a little too high, and he wants a new contract. So probably stays. I like the Mariners in this situation. We just haven't seen anything out of the White Sox offense really that gives me any hope, and the Mariners are hitting somehow. That said, I don't think they get a lot off Crochet, and Bryce Miller on the road is a bit scary, but I'm not going to take a team that's lost 13 straight and they're freaking 17 and 36 at home. Can't do it. One prop I like for Miller, 5.5 Ks is really high. He's only gone over that in one of his last 10 away starts, so little high for him. I think his last away start was the Padres, if I remember right, and he got like 2 Ks. So give me the Mariners there. But again, do I touch it? I don't know. It's just Sunday games. I don't love it. All right, next game. Cubs and Royals. Javier Assad. First 3 letters of the last name are how I feel about him. He is ass. Going up against Cole Reagans. I think there's a big pitching advantage to the Royals. We saw the Cubs actually put a pretty decent beat down on the Royals last night. I think it was like 9-3. I like the opposite today. Pitch splits don't fare well for Assad. This guy doesn't K a lot of people. His strikeout line's at 3.5. I love the under. I don't think he even gets 2, to be honest. So this guy sucks. He goes like 3-4 innings max. He just throws a ton of pitches, walks people. He's got a 10.6% walk. He's got a 21% K rate, but that's been dropping precipitously. He had a lot of Ks earlier in the year. Hasn't been able to strike out anybody in a while. That said, Cubs bullpen has been fantastic, which is crazy because their bullpen was shit for the first 3 months of the year. But 1.24 ERA over the last 30 days. But I don't like them in this situation. Give me the Royals here. Both teams are hitting lefty-righty splits really well over the last 2 weeks, over the last 7 days. But I just don't like Assad. So fading that dude. Terrible. Oh, one thing I would say, Bobby Witt Jr. I would look at, if you like hip props, I would look at him. If we look at Assad, dude is giving up a 500 average to righties. Bobby Witt Jr., best right-handed hitter in that lineup. KC's projected to have 4 righties. If we look at Reagans, he's weaker to righties. Technically, it's pretty much an even split, so to speak. But Cubs do have 7 right-handed hitters there. So I guess there is an angle for the Cubs at +142 if you're into that. definitely could happen, but I'm not taking Assad today because he sucks. All right, Marlins Brewers. I had the Brewers last night in the last leg of a 4-leg parlay, and they bent me over a table. They ended up tying it at 3, and then they gave up 5 runs. So they're dead to me. That says Jazz Chisholm was traded to the Yankees yesterday. So that's interesting. They lost their leadoff hitter. We'll have to see how that impacts them. Tobias Myers going up against Kyle Tyler. Myers has been pretty good. Kyle Tyler, we don't have a huge sample size for him. He's only pitched 3 games, only 1 away. So really hard to say, but Myers does give up runs at home, and this Marlins team is rolling. They're kind of trending on that A's path, where the Oakland A's started. Last 14 days, hitting 279 against righties. Last 7, hitting 301. They've been raking. That said, the Brewers are going the other way. They just haven't done well over the last couple of weeks here. So crazy to say, but I mean, I think the value is on the Marlins, especially at plus 170. You could even take a run line with them. Run line's minus 192. So it's very steep. That tells us the odds makers think this is going to be a tight game. Marlins bullpen's been fantastic. 2.32 ERA over the past 30 days. It's pretty wild. So all signs here kind of point to the Marlins to me. Or you could take a first 5, plus a half a run. I mean, there's plays here for them. So we'll have to see, but I'm not taking the Brewers. Let's see if they get swept by the Marlins. All right, next game, Dodgers-Astros. Another line doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Spencer Arrighetti, dude gives up runs like crazy. 4.46 home ERA. We look at River Ryan. I mean, that's why this line is what it is. He only has pitched 1 game. It was against the Giants last week. 5.1 innings, 2 Ks, 4 hits. He's okay. This he's not going to blow you away with his stuff, but he's serviceable. We look at the Dodgers over the last week when they've faced right-handed pitching. They're averaging 4 earned runs for right-handed starters. That's the average. So I think they had a 3, a bunch of 4s, and a 6. So I don't see them not getting to Arrighetti. This guy is not good. They should hammer him. So we'll see. I will take the Dodgers at plus money. They should have won last night. They ended up blowing it. They had a 5-run lead at one point, and they ended up giving runs up in 7th and the 8th. I think they get the job done today, even without Freddie Freeman and some of their players. This is a complete fade of Arrighetti. I can't stand this guy. He's so bad. All right, next game. Nats Cards. Nats got the job done last night. We had the Nats, so it was nice to see they actually just routed them, to be honest. DJ Hers going up against Miles Mikolas. Mikolas is usually a fade for me. To be honest, I like Hers, but if we look at what they've done recently, Mikolas faced Washington at Washington, and on July 8th, 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, no earned runs. Hers, 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 Ks. I just don't like Hers in this situation. One of the things that do work well for Hers, he does have, he's a little weaker lefty on lefty. Cardinals only have 3 lefties in the lineup. Mikolas is weaker against righties. Washington has 5 righties in the lineup. So this does kind of lean towards the Nats, if I'm being honest. I just don't know if I trust Hers. Last couple starts, he's been really rough. He's got like a 9.9 road ERA, so really hard to trust him in this spot. And as much as I love fading Mikolas, it's bit me in the ass more than it's helped me. So I'm actually going to trust him here and see what happens. I don't know. The wind's going to be blowing out. Hers is a 65% outs come from the fly ball. So this guy is a fly ball pitcher. I'll take the Cards here to bounce back and win. They've lost 3 in a row. I think they at least win 1 game in this series. So looking for them to not get swept. All right, Giants, Rockies. We were on the Giants yesterday. I had them -1. I had them run line. So ended up coming through there. Ended up winning both games against the Rockies with ease. Gomber going up against Jordan Hicks. Hicks to me is a fade when he's away. I like to take him when he's home. Same with Logan Webb. They're very similar pitchers. If we look at Hicks, he did face Colorado on May 19th. Went 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 K. That was at home. So this is going to be the second time they've seen him. Gomber, he's just not good. This guy is pretty bad. He's given up at least 4 earned runs in 6 of his last 7 starts, and that's not a bunch of home starts either. 4 of those 6 were away starts. So this guy is worse away than he is at home. So pretty clear line here to take the Giants. I like the way the bats are rolling. Hicks is a predominantly ground ball pitcher. We've got the wind blowing out. Everything here just really works in the favor of the Giants. I think they are going to get the job done today. Got a good home record as well, 31-22. Rockies are 14-39 away, so it doesn't look great here. You could look at the Nerfy, but I don't trust Gomber. All right, next game, A's and Angels. I'm just still shocked that we're getting the A's at plus money. It's pretty wild. They ended up winning again last night, 8-2 in their last 10, just absolutely raking. Osvaldo Bido going up against Jose Soriano. Soriano, great fastball, triple-digit fastball. That said, if we look at his pitch splits, they are horrendous. Over the last 30 days, A's are 5th in the league in hitting the fastball, 5th in the splitter and sinker, 2nd in the curveball. So this guy, his main pitches, so 86% of what he throws, the Athletics are either top 5 or top 2. It just doesn't look good here. So give me the A's. I mean, if we look at Soriano, he has a very clear weakness against right-handed hitters, 364 average. A's are projected to have 5 right-handed hitters. If we look at Osvaldo Bido, he's got a very good split against righties, not so great against lefties, just kind of a little bit below average, I suppose. Angels only have 2 left-handed hitters in the lineup, so clear spot at plus money to take the A's. I'm all in. I think they jump all over Soriano and his fastball. You could look at a Nerfy. Technically, these are 2 top 10 Nerfy teams, but man, the way the A's are raking, I'm not touching the Nerfy in that game. I could see them scoring 2 or 3 again in the first. All right, next game, D-backs, Pirates. I was on D-backs last night, and they ended up coming through. Got a little sketchy when they ended up Fat. I don't know why they left Fat out there so long. They left him out there way too long just because his pitch count was low. He got rocked a little bit in, I think it was the 5th or 6th inning. They tied it at 4, and then all of a sudden the D-backs score 5 and just blew him out of the water 9-4. So got the job done there yesterday. Mitch Keller going up against Yolber Diaz. Diaz, a rookie, looked pretty good at home. He had 2 starts at home where he looked really good. Went away. We were on him getting rocked away, and he did. But now he's back home. He got that rock out of his system. I think they pitched pretty decent today. Both of these guys are decent pitchers. Keller versus Arizona. Got a good track record against them. They're hitting 203 off of him, but last start was July 8th of 2023. We look at Keller, vulnerable away, pretty good at home. So Pirates bats just aren't impressing me, man. Last 14 days, 189, 228 split. Diamondbacks are hitting. So I think that continues today. I think they get to Keller. I can't back the Pirates here. I've got to take the Diamondbacks at plus money. They do have the Pirates have the pitching advantage, but Diamondbacks just have the offensive advantage. I can't trust the Pirates to score runs. So give me the D-backs at plus money today. All right, last game on the card. Yankees, Red Sox. Red Sox blew it last night. Carlos Rodon going up against Tanner Houck. This is an interesting one. Again, I spent way too much time on games I'm probably not going to play. The Mets, Braves, and Yankees, Red Sox, but I was intrigued, so I kept going down a rabbit hole with it. Rodon last faced Boston on 6/15, went 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 7 Ks. Rodon's worse away than he is at home. Houck, not stellar, but he's doing okay. At home tends to struggle at times. If we look at Houck, he faced the Yankees on July 5th, went 3.1 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 K. So pretty good. Over the course of Houck's career, had a lot of success against the Yankees, actually. He's got 47 total innings pitched. He's only given up 11 earned runs. So there is a path to success there. Houck is significantly weaker to right-handed hitters. That said, Yankees only have 3. One of them is Aaron Judge, though. So little sketchy there. I don't know if Jazz Chisholm's going to play today, so we'll have to see. I don't really think that impacts a ton here. But I like the Red Sox to bounce back and do some good things today. Hopefully not give up 8 million runs. You could look at the over. I think given how the series is gone, it's viable. I don't trust Carlos Rodon. So you can maybe look at like a first 5 over if you don't want the full game. But again, probably a game I won't touch. but I spent way too much time looking into this game out of curiosity. Pitch splits aren't really good for either pitcher. We look at the Yankee side for Rodon, Red Sox over the last 30 days, third best team hitting lefty fastballs, third best team in hitting lefty sliders. I mean, that's his two main pitches for Rodon. Yankees for Houck, they're top 5 in hitting the fastball and the splitter and sinker. So there's avenues to both here. It's just which pitcher has the better day. So you're almost flipping a coin a little bit, but if I think it's slight lean towards I trust Tanner Houck more than I do Rodon, and I don't necessarily trust the Yankees bats. They've still been very sporadic, even though the splits are coming around and they're starting to hit. Yeah, I just don't trust it. Technically on paper, you should lean towards the over here. There should be runs, but it's a wild ass game. We've also got the wind blowing in too, so something to consider there. All right, let's get into our best bets for the day. All right, first one, and I've highlighted my best bets just so you know. Twins run line. I love this spot. The Tigers bullpen day, we actually saw some offense out of them yesterday. I don't think we see that again. We've still got Green, who's out, hasn't come back, so Tigers offense still doesn't scare me. Royals, first 5, minus half a run. I think Ragans has a really good outing. I think Assad is just ass like he is. So I like Royals there to be up by at least 1 run after 5 innings. Padres race to 4, plus 130. I could see them getting this in the first inning. I don't trust this Suarez guy. It's a really good spot with the Padres batting first. Suarez has just been terrible. I seriously wouldn't be shocked if Padres get this first, second inning. So I like that spot. Seattle and White Sox race to 5, neither. I'm trusting Garrett Crochet to get the job done. I don't necessarily trust Bryce Miller, but I trust that the Chicago's White Sox offense is shit. So I don't think they get the 5. They just don't have the offense for it. So I really like that bet a lot. Almost made my top bets. Dodgers money line. Really love this spot. Like I said, I think the Dodgers smack Arrighetti all over the yard, and they don't blow it like they did yesterday. And then last one I like is Athletics money line. We got to ride the high hand. You're giving me plus 114. Come on. Absolutely. If it loses, I'll own it. That's fine. Parlays I like today. This is a really square parlay. You could, if you want a little more juice, I would say you could take Giants -1, Minnesota -1. It would really beef this up to probably plus 4 something. But very square bet of Giants, Royals, Twins money line plus 264. I like Reds, Phillies, Padres at plus 593. And then first 5 team totals I like San Diego, Athletics, and Reds to all get over 2 runs in the first 5 innings. Pair those together plus 346. And a pitcher prop I like is Nestor Cortez under 7.5 Ks, Colby Allard under 3.5 Ks. Pair those together, it's plus 210. I will tell you this line on Cortez, I got it last night at minus 120. It's already at minus 160. So books are really, that will probably go to 6.5 before long. All right, fun parlay of the day. Giants, Royals, Twins, Phillies, Reds, plus 997. Our upset parlay of the day is going to be the Athletics, the Padres, the Dodgers, and the Diamondbacks. Pair those together, it's plus 1,898. So good odds there, and I like the chances they hit. You could even throw Red Sox in there as well. Technically, they're an underdog. We didn't work the Marlins in. If you really want to get crazy, throw the Marlins in there. That would jump through the moon. Maybe replace Arizona with the Marlins or something. All right, so we're going to try something new here. We're going to do a ladder challenge. This is going to be day 1 of a ladder challenge. Why not? It's all the craze in Europe or the US. I don't fucking know. But we're going to do it. Let's try something new. So ladder challenge, day 1. This is going to be the Padres, Twins, Red Sox, all to get at least 3 runs. Pair those 3 together, it's plus 111. So if you take $5, you'd get like $10.30 back. So these are just double up challenges. Let's see how long we can go without losing. It might be today. I don't know if Sunday is the best day to do a ladder challenge, but we're going to do it anyway. All right, you can see the games and how I have those ranked out. we'll see how it goes. Prop leans, a lot of decent props out there today. Like I said, I like the Green under 7.5 Ks. I like Assad under 3.5. I like Miller under 5.5. I like Arrighetti to give up more than 4 hits. Yeah, River Ryan under 4.5 Ks. I think that line's a little high. He's probably going to get like 3 or 4. So I really like the props today. I think all these are pretty good. I'll throw these into some kind of parlay of some sorts. I'll parlay them 2s or 3s. And then Nerfies, put a couple on here. I think the Seattle White Sox is pretty good. It's really juiced at -160. But I like the Cincinnati Tampa Bay Nerfie. I like the Colorado San Francisco, and I like the Pittsburgh Arizona. So I kind of like those last 3. Parlay those, that's probably what, +4, 450-ish, somewhere in that range. So could be pretty decent, maybe even better than that actually. I'm not sure, but somewhere in that range. All right, that is going to do it for me. If you've made it this far, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, comment to me what your favorite play is today. I'm curious what everybody's going with, and I will catch you tomorrow on the next video.